Statements by ministries. The Minister of Women's Status of Women.
Thank you, Speaker. Speaker, I'm pleased to rise today to speak about an important day in the history of Ontario. Today, October 18th, is Persons Day, and we celebrate it during Women's History Month. In October, we honour the remarkable women in Ontario's history. October is also a time to look at the women in our communities who are shaping our present. And it is a time for us to look ahead to the future at what's still left to be done. Hear, hear. Speaker, this is the 25th year of celebrating Women's History Month, and this year's theme is Claim Your Place. It's an opportunity for us to tell the stories of women who have claimed a place, however big or small, in building our province's rich history. The trouble is, these stories are often untold in our history books. But we know that this great province was absolutely built with the grit and determination of both women and men. Yeah. By retelling the stories of how these women claimed their place, we are acknowledging their struggles, celebrating their victories, and inspiring the next generation to carry on important hard work that still needs to be done. So today and this month, I encourage all of my colleagues in the House to join this important conversation with #ClaimYourPlace. We all know women who are making Ontario a better, fairer place to live. Let's celebrate these remarkable women together. Speaker, each year on Persons Day, we celebrate the day in 1929 when the famous five fought and won the cause to have women in this country declared persons, making women eligible to sit in the Canadian Senate. Think about that. 1929, women were actually called persons. The first woman senator was appointed the very next year. While this declaration was a victory for some, it was for many women an act of exclusion, I should say. It was not a cause for celebration for racialized and Indigenous women. In fact, it wasn't until 1960 that these women were even granted the right to vote. Speaker, we must remember this day because the reality is that women are still struggling today for basic rights. The right to safety, because we know 1 in 3 women in Canada experience sexual assault in their lifetime. The right to equal pay, because for every dollar earned by a male worker, a female worker earns only 71 cents. The right to be free from bias and discrimination. For newcomer women, women with disabilities, Indigenous women, single mothers, and gender-diverse and racialized women. Speaker, it's taken the tireless effort and commitment of many, many women to earn the rights we enjoy today. Women who have had to stand up and use their voices, to make a difference, to be recognized for their full potential, to be respected for their abilities. But, Speaker, when we talk about claiming your place, a big part of that conversation must include the young women and girls in our communities. That's why later this month I'm so pleased to announce that we will be opening nominations to the 2017 Leading Women, Leading Girls, Building Communities Recognition Program. Speaker, this program is now in its 12th year, and during that time, we've recognized the leadership of nearly 1,000 women and girls across the province. I think that's something to be proud of. Last year, we received a record 264 nominations from MPPs. I think that's amazing, and I look forward to an even greater number this year, so I encourage everyone here to please participate. Speaker, I ask every member, as I said, in this House to nominate women and girls in their communities who are volunteering their time, working tirelessly to make a difference in their ridings. Today, I also have the honour of hosting a special reception. We will remember the women of the past, but we are also recognizing the diverse group of Ontario women who are claiming a place and changing the future of Ontario today. I'd like to acknowledge just a few of the amazing guests we have invited to Queen's Park. For example, Sabina Ali, one of the founding members of the vibrant Thorncliffe Park Women's Committee. Debbie Young Anita Frika, an extraordinary artist and performer working in the field of human development. Environmentalist Tova Borokas of Earth Rangers. the amazing Indigenous poet Gwen Benaway. These are just some of the women creating a better future for Ontario. There are many more, and we look forward to welcoming them all to Queen's Park later today. I invite you all to drop by. Speaker, I spent this past summer meeting with people all over this province about some of the most urgent issues facing Ontario women today. Gender-based violence, as well as barriers to economic empowerment for women and girls, to name a few. I listened to the voices of survivors, frontline workers, experts, and leaders. I listened to the voices of mothers, daughters, sisters, and neighbors. And I listened to the voices of women, young and old, in our province who are working tirelessly to claim their place. What we heard was passionate, compelling, and a call to action. And I want you to know that we listened. Speaker, I want you to know that I am proud to live in our province because under the leadership of our Premier, Premier Kathleen Wynne, we continue to work hard to claim a place for women. Speaker, our government has a plan that includes and creates diversity, equality, and opportunity for everyone across the province. We have a plan that gives women a strong voice in Ontario. Our cabinet is now 40% women for the first time under the leadership of our first female premier. And we can see that influence over this past year alone in the fast-changing narrative for women in our province. Speaker, in 1929, women were declared persons. But in 2017, Ontario created the Ministry of the Status of Women. In 2017, Ontario passed the Anti-Human Trafficking Act. In 2017, we are developing a strategy to support the economic empowerment of women and girls. In 2017, for the first time ever, campuses across Ontario were required to create campus-wide sexual violence and harassment policies. In 2017, our government increased access to mifegymiso so women can obtain a safe, effective, and free medical alternative to surgical abortion. In 2017, we introduced the Safe Access to Abortion Services Act, which, if passed, will protect the safety, security, health, and privacy of women seeking abortion. And in 2017, we introduced a transformative, renewed early years and childcare policy to better the lives of women and their families. Speaker, today is Persons Day, but let's honor the faces and voices of women claiming their place every day in our province. Let's encourage and support women and girls in the workforce, their homes and their communities. Let's recognize the trailblazing women who are tirelessly building our province up. Many of them are in this room right now. Because when women succeed, we all succeed. Thank you so much, Speaker.